This is 3FM.
Ayre Michael is where I was born and bred, and my roots run deep there. My parents run the Lazaire tea rooms, and I've got a heart for the area, the villages, the farms, and the parish. Farmers are telling me on the doorstep that they'd like to incentivise food production. They'd like to be paid for growing food as opposed to looking after hedges only. In Michael, we need a new GP surgery, and coastal erosion is a major factor that we need to care for our coastal communities and see them as an asset and not a liability. I'd like to bring a new constructive approach. I'm a bit younger than the other guys, so what I'd like to do is to bring a new vision, a new voice, and bring about real change by working constructively and seeking to deliver on my values and my vision for Ayre Michael. I think sometimes you need to be the change that you want to see, and that's really why I'm doing this, to encourage a new approach and to try and inject a little bit of youth and a different perspective into Tynwald. Tynwald could do with a little bit more enrichment in its debates. We need more women, we need a few more younger candidates, and if I can help towards that, I'd be very happy. Nationally, we have to think about Brexit being a major factor. With my EU experience, I've worked in the European Parliament, I've done a Masters in EU law and policy, I have a law degree. I can bring this perspective, this knowledge, and even a bit of French towards securing the best deal for the island going forward. A great deal for access for farmers, for agricultural goods, and for manufacturers, and being constructive and seeking to make sure the island's voice is heard and not forgotten amidst all the negotiations. Our health service needs renewal, and it needs reform. Investment is a key factor, but it's also about digitising health services and delivering healthcare closer to home. In the north, in Ayre Michael, we have Ramsey Cottage Hospital. I'd like to see that well resourced and greater use of it. Delivering care closer to home is a way going forward how we can use our resources best, I think. And also in Ayre Michael, we need a new GP surgery, and I'll work together with the other member to ensure that we do get that in the next 5 years. I think we need to promote the island vigorously abroad, attracting that international attention in order to draw inward investment. We also have to protect the island's reputation, because that's part of the reason why companies come here. We have to think about defending and promoting the island's voice against hostile opinions. I mean, it's never been a more hostile time for international finance centres, so we have to be alert and ready towards that. And also, I would seek to make sure that the Enterprise Development Fund really delivers on its promise of attracting new business and helping local startups, making sure that we can grow that diverse economy that we all talk about and we all want to see. I mean, I think it's great that we live in a safe community. What we need is a modern force for modern times. We have to think about cybercrime, identity theft, internet phishing, scamming, and anti-money laundering. These are big cross-border crime issues, and we need a modern force able to respond to that. And I think work has started on that, but it must continue going forward. It's about using what we have more effectively and more efficiently. I would seek to make sure that money is given to those projects which are national priorities, and I would also be driven by the data, seeing what exactly we can evidence-based. We can take decisions on evidence as opposed to being reactionary, being pragmatic and adopting a level-headed, sensible approach. Farming is important, as I've said. We have to look again, perhaps, at the countryside care scheme, making sure it delivers for the farmers as well as for the island. I'm interested in food security, in sustainability, and how we can perhaps incentivise that food production. We need to grow a thriving food and drink sector. Whether that requires innovation, we could be growing apples, doing yogurts. Farms can become mini enterprise, stay in a farm experience, B&B, diversification, moving with the times. But it's not only about farmers. In Ayre Michael, in Ballaugh, we have people that regularly commute into Douglas for work, in the finance sector, in all our other business sectors. And we must remember that the constituency is so large and so diverse, and I would be eager to hear back from all constituents on their concerns and how we could address them.
More music for the Isle of Man.
3FM.